So my name is Kerstin Nordstrom. I have been at Mount Holyoke since 2014, fall of 2014, which is over 10 years now. I came here from a postdoctoral stint at University of Maryland, and I was really on the market for a job at a liberal arts college. Physics is a field that is still 75%, 80% male, depending on your discipline. If you go to any other college or university, even if it's a very nice, inclusive one, it's gonna feel different than it feels here. I really love the fact that, for the most part, students are not in the minority gender-wise in the classroom, because it really changes the dynamics in a physics classroom. My colleague Kathy likes to say, at Mount Holyoke, the smartest student in the room is probably going to be a woman. School itself really champions diversity on all levels. We really feel is in our bones as a physics department, and that's really not true of all physics departments. So whenever I go to a conference, to remember this is what the physics community is like, I can be an agent of change in that, like facilitating round tables and some other fun things I do outside of my research sphere. When I come back here, I'm breathe a sigh of relief. We can actually talk about ourselves as people in addition to physicists, and acknowledge that those two things actually do have some talk with each other. I really do love the first semester physics course for entering first years. So it's called Physics 110. Most physics professors hate teaching that course because they think the content is boring. I freaking love it, and I like to convince the students they love it too. My research field is in granular materials, so things like sand, soil. If you go to a planetary surface called regolith, if you think about granular materials, they are solid-like sometimes, right? You can walk along a beach. They're sort of liquidy sometimes too. You can pour them. They're kind of classified as a different state of matter. So a big challenge is still kind of understanding when a granular material is going to flow nicely and when it's not going to flow nicely. So that's the kind of very broad picture of what I'm doing. In practice, we do a lot of experimental work. Something that surprises people, aside from just being, oh my God, I didn't know that was a thing. Frameworks for granular materials are used as models for things like traffic flow, cancer cell migration, bee swarms, bird flocks, all these other things. If you can think of it being kind of like a particulate system in some way, I guarantee there's work on it that kind of connects it to this field of granular materials. Physics requires a lot of mathematical skills and just learning a bunch of facts. So it's not like it comes naturally to anybody, but it's a skill that takes time and practice, and recognizing that nobody's good at physics out of the womb. And if somebody in your class seems better than you, it's probably because they've taken physics before. It's going to take a little while before it's second nature. And even so, it still may not be second nature sometimes. But if you really want to do it, pretty much anybody can.